cameras on?
Cameras have been rolling.
Oh, seriously?
Shit.
No shit.
Okay.
Look at that.
Guess we're ready.
All right.
In 3.
And 2.
Ooh, feel like it's been a minute. And a big old one.
All right.
Let's go. Hey, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Slightly Buzzed. How we doing today, boys?
Swell, buddy. Doing swell.
Feeling really good.
Yeah.
Kyle, I noticed you got a microphone in front of your face.
I know,
What's
it's
that
crazy,
all
right?
about? Yeah, it is.
I'm excited.
Hides that jawline. What a shame.
Dude, you and his jawline.
Hey, I just like to gas my boy up, okay? I care.
We were talking about this the other day. I literally told him, you always are complimenting, but it's always in this way, which is like, spotlight you didn't want.
He does hate it. It's so funny.
He does.
I'm just like, hey, Kyle, nice. And he's just like,
Hey, it happens.
Nonetheless, though, what is this, episode 9?
It's going to be
8?
episode 9.
8, boys.
8.
The Ocho.
I've been drinking. Whatever.
Definitely. And for the first time, the mics we're using actually work.
Yeah, so joke's on you for all of our viewers who have been watching.
Yeah, I mean, we thought they looked pretty cool, though. I mean,
They
we
do
got
look
you. And we got the sound down pretty well before, but we were missing a pretty
It's just going to make the
piece.
whole thing a lot easier.
Yeah,
Oh, my
so-
God.
So the mics are good. Kyle got his in the mail yesterday.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shouts out Amazon.
Yeah, Corona
Yeah.
really messed up the delivery times on all of these things.
Oh,
So, I
man.
don't blame him.
Yeah. They did tell us before we placed the order, and we were just like, nah, it's not possible.
Well, our mics shipped in like 2 days.
Well, yeah. Ours did come in really quick. Everything else was like, nah.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
it happens.
You win some, you lose most. We're here for it, though, now.
Yeah, and I'm hoping this sounds good.
Let's make good on
It
it.
has for us so far.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all about it, dude.
Hell yeah, boys.
Cool.
So, we got a peanut butter stout today.
Is that what we got, Kyle?
We got a peanut butter stout from out on the west side of the state.
Oh, yeah.
You want to hear more?
I do. Tell me about it.
All right.
Good, dude.
So this beer is from Grand Armory Brewing. They're from Grand
Okay.
Haven, Michigan. And we are going to be drinking the Nutter Your Business Peanut Butter Stout. And here's what they have to say about it. It's built on a chocolatey milk stout base. The peanut butter makes this beer taste like your favorite proprietary cookie. If anyone asks why you'd want a beer that tastes like dessert, tell them it's Nutter Your Business.
Did you say
Ooh.
cookie?
I guess.
First
Nice.
off, I want to throw this out there. Shouts out Nate for the beer recommendation on this one. He gave us a couple, and this is one we decided on.
Nate's an OG.
So thanks, Nate, Western Gang.
What a guy.
You know. But that's
Absolute stud.
100%. But they say this tastes like a cookie.
They said your favorite proprietary cookie.
What does
a word.
proprietary cookie mean?
What does proprietary mean?
It's got to be, what is a proprietary good?
No, it's like proprietary blend. You
Yeah,
see
it's like
that?
an-
You know what I'm saying? They're like all
figure out what that word
pre-workouts and
Boys, I've never encountered quite a contraption such as this. Oh, that's not bad actually at all. Worked out pretty good. Who knows?
ooh,
Just
this is
says-
a go for it.
Just says relating to an owner or ownership. So it must just be one of those name brand cookies. Which
Small
I guess will be
catch.
the judge. Oh, God. Nice.
Oh
surprised you
my
guys haven't
God.
dropped
Was
one
that
of
just
that.
the most branded catch you've
was
ever seen in
solid.
your life?
What's good, too?
So this is dude, contains peanuts and lactose.
Oh, no.
Oh, too bad for all of those who have issues with lactose.
Yeah, that sucks.
Not me
as-
though.
Sure, dude. I'm gonna be the one who has to deal with it the most. Cool.
Get the
But
little-
yeah, so this is out in Grand Haven, Michigan.
Mhm.
Great little spot, great little coast town on Lake Michigan.
I
See how
used
she
to fish
pours.
there a lot. My dad and I, we'd take those charter boats out and go salmon fishing.
Oh, that's elite. Yeah, Grand Haven's a cool little spot.
All right, another fun fact about Kyle.
Got a
All
big
right.
fishing guy.
It's a good time.
Dude's
Pour
out
these
here.
things
I didn't
up,
know that.
I don't know. This is why you
Pours
don't
almost
throw
looks like
beer.
Coke.
Yeah.
It's a very dark, very rich, dark color. Not a whole lot of... I'm pouring this thing pretty quick here. Not a whole lot of head.
Yep. Only got about
What is that? Maybe a
Half
fingernail
centimeter?
or something?
not even, dude. It's already gone.
All right, well, my fingernails are smaller than yours.
Dude, I don't even have a head anymore. Interesting.
Oh, it's very liquidy, you're right.
The headless beer drinker. Ah!
Just need a mouth.
He's just like, give me your beer.
Give this thing a little
Call me a
whiff.
Kabak Crane.
He's sniffing.
Honestly,
It smells good.
smells delicious.
It does smell super good.
It smells like a cookie. That's fair.
Proprietary?
I don't know about proprietary.
Smells like a proprietary cookie.
Smells like, not gonna lie, smells a lot like the previous peanut butter stout we have covered on this channel from Draft Horse. But
How much smell variation can you really get with a peanut butter stout?
I feel like a decent amount. This one is a little nuttier.
They're very rich smells though.
Yeah.
Chocolate, peanut butter, peanuts per se.
Yeah.
Hard
But,
to get away from that.
I'm ready to give this thing a little sip, boys. How about we get a nice little cheers to it
Waste no
Monday?
time. Cheers.
Cheers, fellas.
Ooh. I could definitely tell that it was in a can.
It's very smooth.
What
Very
gives that away?
smooth,
Oh,
but do you guys get a little aluminum aftertaste in that? I'm getting heavy aluminum.
Yeah, now that you just said that and I went for round 2, like the smell was more aluminum.
Definitely can taste that chocolate.
Yeah,
It's almost like
the nutty flavor is very prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a whole lot of an aftertaste of anything sweet.
And it's not very
no, it's almost like
viscous.
a warm aftertaste. So
Yeah,
kind of. I don't know. Like, what do you like? You got like roasted peanuts or something?
Yeah, roasted peanut seems about right for the aftertaste.
Not bad. Definitely like a once again peanut butter stouts, dessert beer kind of style.
Seems a little. I don't know if flat's the right word, but it definitely
Lack
seems a
of
little.
carbonation,
Yeah,
maybe?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just very liquid.
It's like thin.
That's why I
Mhm.
could
It's
describe
very
it.
thin.
Yeah.
It's thin for a stout for sure.
Yeah, I mean this is only 5% alcohol by volume. So yeah, this is a lighter stout as far as stouts go.
Yeah.
Probably-
Tim, not too long ago, you were saying how a big thing for you with stouts is you like them on the lighter side because you like drinking them, so you want to make sure they're not going to be sitting on you too heavy. Initial thoughts on how this is going to do you in?
I think this is it's kind of like a paradox with stouts for me because I do want something lighter that I can have a lot of, but I think I've kind of come to the realization that stouts have their place, and I'm not going to be even if it's something like this, it's only 5%. I'm not going to be sitting there.
Only
slamming them
5%?
all day,
Yeah. Look, damn.
you know. Like
Yeah, I don't think I could sip this all day either. It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
sweet.
just-
It's,
it's
good.
sweet,
It's
yeah.
good beer. Definitely good beer.
maybe if you're looking for a little bit of a nightcap, but not looking to get rowdy.
Just at the end of the day,
Yeah.
kick back, relax,
I could
have
agree
one of
with
these
that.
boys.
Yeah. Also, you can drink a full. The other thing about stouts that's interesting, though, that I don't think we've taken into account, is that usually when you go to a bar, they're only a 6-ounce or 8-ounce pour. This you could definitely have a full pint of and be perfectly good to go.
I agree.
How many ounces in a pint?
On this. Let's
16.
find out.
Nice.
What'd you say the answer was?
16.
16 U.S. fluid ounces.
Bang!
16.
That's what I said.
I heard 60.
I heard 60 twice.
No, I
That's why
100%
asked
said
you.
60.
I asked you to say it again because I heard you say 60.
No, dude.
You know what?
Hey, we both heard 60. Let's clear it up. You
Okay,
drunk?
We're on the
I
same
was
team.
a bartender, and pints are the same size as these glass.
And
And
like,
are
when I was a
22
bartender in the Midwest.
True.
You were. I definitely.
Yeah, I know
thought
that
you
a
were gonna
pint's
nail that.
16 ounces and not 60. Jesus.
Oh, you
We have the
hesitated,
audio
have you?
and it's crystal clear, so we'll go back and we'll figure out what he said.
Nice. We got these nice mics,
It's all-
dude. Your audio? Oh, it's under the
I
spotlight. here.
definitely said 16, so
I
I'm
knew
not
so.
even
Okay.
concerned.
He said 16.
All right, we'll give it to him. Close enough. So, I could definitely see this being one of those ones that you could. I mean, you could definitely get drunk off it though, because it goes down that easy.
I mean, you can get drunk off any beer.
Well, yeah, for sure. But some beers you're just like, oh, I don't know if I want another one. I could easily have 2 or 3 of these all day. I'd have to switch it up eventually, but I
Yeah.
could do it.
Yeah, that's fair. Kyle, what you think?
Yeah, Kyle, you got your eyes to the sky like you're looking
Yeah,
for like
you
from
were-
a
I'm just
sign
thinking.
from the beer gods.
I'm thinking about. I keep taking sips. Let's put it that way. I can't stop drinking it. I think it tastes really good. I am like thinking back to the other one that we've had, and this one is thinner. I
Yeah.
know you said that. I'm not adding anything
Significantly
new.
thinner.
It's just significantly thinner, so I get a peanut butter flavor, and I expect it to be like really creamy and thick, but it's not.
Nice.
I think I'm okay with it.
I think you are
almost
too.
different
Your
though.
face, every time you sip it, you're
I
just
keep
kind of
sipping
like,
I'm enjoying the flavors.
I get more of a porter texture. Like if I found out this was actually a porter and not a stout, that would make a lot of sense to me.
that's not a terrible call, Tim.
Just you know,
Not a terrible call.
obviously it's a stout, but you know.
Hell yeah. So, Daily Buzz. I'm excited for this one.
What is today's Daily Buzz, Cal?
Thought this was kind of
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
All right. I've seen what that means now, and I'm not okay with you saying it.
You didn't know what that
I had
meant?
no idea what that
Oh
meant.
my gosh.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Family Guy. All right, anyways, moving on. So, I found this article. It says that a Kansas man requested a Game of Thrones style trial by combat against his ex-wife to settle their custody dispute.
What?
Kansas.
taking
Okay.
custody battle to a whole new level. It's like, I'll give you a battle.
So what do they want?
You
Like
want
a-
some of that?
Like a duel or
He wanted a straight-up duel with katanas. I guess he
What
was
is-
What's
so
a
mad-
katana?
It's like the Japanese samurai sword, the classic one.
What is this guy,
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy?
Dude's name is David.
Ah, my
I'm
thumb.
mad.
Oh my god,
His
another
name is David.
samurai sword. Holy shit.
dude, Dave Portnoy's unboxing reviews have been like one of the top 3 highlights of internet during coronavirus.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, they've been way more entertaining than they really should be. But going back to this, the man was literally just like, fuck you and your lawyer. Let's battle it out.
Yeah, I guess he was mad at the lawyer. He was so mad at the lawyer that he wanted to try to get back in a way that he felt was actually equal.
He must feel pretty confident in his like physical abilities.
Does this guy even lift?
Yeah, does he even lift though?
I would
Kyle, if you
fight him.
if you had to describe this guy based off what he looks like, what are you getting? What are you feeling? Is this guy capable of having
choose
battle?
my
Wait, he
words
wanted
carefully.
to fight his wife, his ex-wife, or his
His
ex-wife's
ex-wife?
lawyer?
No, he wanted to fight his ex-wife. Jeez, you can't do that.
He's like,
It's
get you some
ridiculous.
of that.
Nah, what does he look like? Just your average dude. I don't know. He's got like a nice sweater on in this picture. He's on with the news station, hat on backwards, beard's grown in,
Oh,
He's got a sweater
Little
and a
rough
backwards
beard.
hat.
sweater's on, microphone's pinned right here. He looks like he meant it too. He's just looking at the camera guy like, yeah, this has been some shit, and I want to deal with it.
just pissing me off.
Dude, if somebody handed me a sword and was just like, you have to go battle that person, I'd be like, I'd probably hurt myself with the sword before they even got to me.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. I don't think I'd ever be like, I'll battle you for it. Let's do it. Let's battle. Like, I would have a bad time.
I feel like 3 beers in, you'd be like, all right, let's do this thing.
Yeah, I'd actually probably have a very false sense of confidence. I'd be like, nah, I got this. No
Like,
problem.
dude, I got a sword, bro.
Dude, this sword and me are one.
That used to be a thing. People had to learn how to sword fight because they had to fight each other with swords.
It's absolutely crazy.
It's gotta be exhausting.
Kyle's
That
like,
was like,
people actually had to learn how to sword fight because like they'd fight each other with swords.
well, the craziest thing is, for the longest of times, that was still, this is like pretty recent advent in human history that we don't fight with sticks.
Dude,
and
we used to
stuff.
cut people's heads off like not that long ago.
Yeah.
They'd
Like,
be like, to the
bam.
guillotine, everybody'd be like, woohoo!
in like the Civil War, and I want to say it was still prevalent in World War One, because we only had like single fire rifles
Yeah.
for most
Let's get that
infantrymen.
bayonet.
They had the bayonet because at the end of the day, that's pretty much like having
Bro.
a sword. They were just like,
Imagine if public humiliation was still a thing. You just get to go out there, somebody shackled up, you just get to throw a rock at him. Like, I don't like what you did. Eat this rock.
humans are savages, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Absolute savages.
Do you think people would do half the shit they do today now if like they just got put in the center of like a big square and everybody's just like, man, you're bad.
Probably not. No.
No.
Isn't it like some southern towns where they're a little bit more active with weapons or significantly lower in crime? Am I making that up?
They're definitely more active with their death
I remember
penalty.
that being a thing.
They're
Is
just
it?
like, you littered in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Wait,
We're gonna
what
have
do
to
you
put
mean
you
by
to death.
active with their?
I was
Arms.
trying to choose my words carefully, and I chose them very poorly. Where the gun laws are less restrictive, so everyone owns guns. I think there might even be a time
Yes,
where
that
it's
Talking about like
mandatory.
open carry shit,
The-
or like
yeah,
The
slash.
number.
guys just walk around with like,
I'm gonna let this guy.
yeah, go for it.
This is a statistical argument not based on beliefs on Second Amendment rights. Yes, no, whatever. It is proven time and time and again that the safest areas in America are those with the least amount of gun control laws. Cities with the strictest gun control laws have the highest levels of crime. Whether that's correlation or causation, I'm not here to speculate on. There's obviously other factors that are included in that. But for the time being, it seems like the safest communities with firearms are the ones who don't deny them but encourage education on it, like most things. I think that's a fair way to look at it. I think that's a fair statement. Like,
Can't refute it.
I don't know. That's a good example. But like with drugs, for example, in communities where drugs aren't talked about much, like within, even the household.
Isn't DARE in every school district?
DARE got canceled a while back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but drug education is now like part of a lot of schools' curriculum, and you're seeing a good result. It's just like people who think that.
I bet you they
I
just
don't
learned the
know.
psychology of it. They're just like, if we tell them not to do drugs, they're going to want to do them more.
Yeah, exactly. But if you actually understand the risk, because there's a lot of. Okay, just think about the way we were raised. We were told about the risks of doing stuff, so we knew the ramifications. If our parents were like, no, don't do that, and didn't explain why, and that's very prevalent. And I feel like gun culture or anti-gun culture. It's like these things are, killing machines. So people go and test them out,
Dude, that's humans to a T.
Yeah, it is interesting to think about how society, like when society puts a constraint on something, a vast majority of the population is like, no.
That's all about.
Yeah, that's
can't I
so
have this?
deeply ingrained in human nature. But
It's like, oh, I didn't want it before, but now I can't have it. So fuck you, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Now I want it.
But the real question we should be asking is, do you think we should allow duels in common American spaces right
You're just at a bar, some guy bumps into you, and you're like,
duel?
that's the
now.
third time tonight, motherfucker, let's go outside right now. He's just like, you don't want it. And I'm just like, I want it.
That's crazy. That was
Wait.
such a real thing.
What state is it, Rogan Podcast, where they actually allow open combat? You know what I mean? If you have a problem with
Probably
somebody...
like Massachusetts.
Well, no.
Duels, no, it's.
Not
Shouts out.
Massachusetts,
I
no.
feel like it was.
I wanted to say like Oregon or Washington or something.
Yeah,
like that.
dude.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
it
for
was
real?
a
I'll
Northwest
check,
state.
but...
I figured it was going to be like
So-
some old like colony state.
No.
No.
So the deal is, if you are mad at somebody and they're mad at you, and you want to fight, and a cop shows up, you can look at the cop together and be like, "We want to fight each other," and the cop will be like, "All right, go at it." And basically,
It should
the
be in
rules-
every. You should have. Yeah, that should be in every state.
I thought it was hilarious, but the problem was
Like if you guys if you're in a fight, sorry, but like if you're in a fight and they roll up, like you both basically get arrested for assault or whatever, depending on what it is.
it's called mutual combat.
But if you're both are
Yeah.
like, no, we both initiated this, blah blah blah, no legal repercussions. It should be totally fine. You should be able to punch somebody in the face, and they should be able to punch you in the face back.
As
And there
long
should-
as it's agreed upon.
Yeah. But like obviously if you walk up and just blindside somebody, that's
No,
totally
that's
different.
not mutual.
But like
have
if
to-
you
you have
like
to agree.
exactly. Like if somebody's just
also-
like F you and you're like F you and you're like, let's do this, and they're just like, having a bully day? Like, yeah, I'm having a bully day. Bam, bam,
Thing is,
bam.
Are you having a bully day? I'm having a bully day. Is everyone having a bully day? Bully! Bully! Yes, bully!
legally stuff gets tricky though, because then there's the whole like, what's legitimate consent if you're under the influence
Well, no,
of
you.
alcohol?
Well, you have to have a cop present, and you have to tell the cop you're cool with it, and the cop does have some judgment. But if the cop says okay, you
The
can go.
cop's just the ref.
It is no, because the thing
Cop's
is,
like, all right, no
He's
blows.
just sitting there. He's like, you good? You good? All right, get back in.
Pushes the
This is
hands
true.
together. He's like, all right, we're back.
And then one guy
Oh
just
my
gets
God.
way too into it. The other guy's just done. He just tases him. He's like, you won, but you lost.
well, I'll have to show you because the reason that this got big recently was there was a UFC fighter who got caught up in a mutual combat incident where the guy was drunk and mad at him and was like, "Let's fucking go, let's go." And the UFC dude's like,
He can't.
"No, he literally was like, oh, okay, if you want to, man."
No, I didn't think those guys were allowed to do anything like that
It's
because
on
their
video.
hands
I'm
are
telling you
legally
there was
weapons.
a video, dude.
That's
I'm telling you, there's a video of this.
that is a very the whole hands being legal weapons is not a legit thing in a lot of places.
You're like,
I think
If you-
I thought
if
it was
you-
like once you exceed a certain level of training and you like
because-
fight for your profession, you can no longer do that kind of stuff.
Unless
without
there's mutual
major.
combat that allows it, then you can do whatever you
I mean,
want.
I guess so, but I thought the way it worked was like if you fight for a profession or if like you're considered like a semi-pro fighter, you're not allowed to just go
I
around
know what you're
hucking
saying.
punches.
I know what you're saying. It's like in certain martial
Yeah.
arts, I know
But
what
the
you're
thing
saying,
is,
but it's not like that.
Also, in a lot of martial arts practices,
How is it like that but not like that?
because there's so much gray area in all of it. Because there's a lot of what are they called? Not dojos, but dojos or
Yeah,
like
it depends
gyms
on
that
the
run their
thing.
own belt system, and there's a lot of fake martial artists who give out black belts. And if you're saying like that guy could go out there and get murked by someone who's just bigger and stronger.
Don't
than
you have to have like a certain license to fight though?
I feel like
not-
we're not talking quite about the same thing.
Yeah.
We're working in two different frameworks here.
Okay, I don't know. I only said
mean,
it because
Conor
you said a UFC guy, so I was like, okay, this guy has a license to fight.
Conor McGregor punched that old dude in the face, and he was perfectly fine.
That was different though. That was not mutual combat. That
Yeah.
was just him being.
I was just talking about the registered. I don't believe that's a legitimate thing.
Let me ask you this. Let's just pretend that your mom was a black belt and she had registered fists, and somebody on the street was picking on her. You think she can't fight
Well, that's
that person if she
self-defense.
knelt? Okay, so this guy was coming at the UFC fighter, tried to fight him. And
I
the
guess
UFC
yeah,
guy
but
was
self-defense.
like,
But
"Let's
yeah,
do
but
it."
okay, so that's fair. I get that, but at the same time too, like these guys just can't go around like trying to pick fights.
That's not what he was doing.
Okay, fair enough.
Plus, if he was trying to pick fights and somebody said yes, mutual combat.
But it's still a thing though.
The
I don't know
whole
if it
the
is.
whole hands registered as legitimate weapons is not real in a lot of places. That is such a bullshit statement. I worked with some dude who said his hands were registered weapons because he won a wrestling match in high school. I was like, no, it's not. That's not a real thing.
That guy probably just got his on the black market.
Nice.
Took me sector like, wait, what? Anyway,
I don't know. I was under the impression that I thought it was a real thing, but I'm sure to an extent. But nonetheless, it's kind of badass. Imagine being that guy where you're just like, where you can say that. Like if somebody's like, yo, you're trained to this level now, so technically you can claim this.
Weren't you talking shit to some fighter at a bar once?
Yeah, but I didn't know. I didn't know he was a fighter. It was a bad scene. I was beyond my usual state of mind for reasons unknown. A buddy of mine was like, "Hey, see that guy with the weird, like the it was a wild haircut." He goes, "You won't go tell him his haircut's stupid." And I was like, "Hold my beer." So I went up to this dude and I just tapped him on the shoulder. He turned around immediately. I was just like, different vibe on this guy. I don't know if I want to say it anymore. And I was just like, "Hey man, just wanted to say I thought your haircut was pretty gnarly and I was kind of curious where you get that done." And he's like, "Blah." And next thing I know, I'm getting shoved out of the way by this dude. And he goes, "Don't talk to my fighter." And I was like, "Wait, what?" Promoter for this dude apparently just got done with a fight in Grand Rapids.
oh mom.
Next thing I know, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, watching these videos of this dude just roundhouse kicking people in the face, undefeated
He's
fighter.
liking every Instagram post. I like you. I'm sorry.
I'm just like, oh my god, imagine if I just came up to this dude and just started talking mad shit. He could have ruined me. And then I ended up taking shots with him and his promoter. It was sweet.
Yeah, dude. He was registered fist, so you were safe, dude. He can't hit you.
Yeah, nothing like that was said. But, I mean, okay, see, yeah, fair enough. All right. I guess he could have just turned around and just lights me out.
Yeah. I don't know how that actually plays out, but all right, gentlemen. Here's the real question: where's Kim Jong Un?
Dude,
I feel like it's a ploy. It's distracting us from something.
North Korea is
Every magician does it.
is so suspect with everything they do. And there's no legitimate intel because we can't trust China. South Korea is as good as we got just because they're close geographical proximity. But it's not like,
Nobody actually knows.
yeah,
There was-
he could have died not 2 years ago, but he could have died like 6 months ago. And it's just leaking out now.
Tim, not that this means anything, but they were talking about this on the news, and I figured you might have some insight to this, but they were showing like these satellite images of like the compound where he typically stays,
Yeah.
and there was a train like boarded up to that, and I don't know, I couldn't really hear what was going on, but they were just like, so the train's here, this is where he's supposed to be, but we haven't heard from him in 2 weeks, and I was like, this man has a train that just pulls up to his house? That's badass.
Yeah, it took all the country's power to use that train.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
that's not badass, but like, imagine if you just had, I think trains are sweet, so imagine if
Oh,
you just
yeah.
had a train docked up to your place.
The weird thing about North Korea is I don't know if you guys have watched any of like the Inside North Korea documentaries.
not many.
So some people do get in North Korea, and it's crazy because a lot of their technology is still like almost pre-industrial.
Really?
So it's like trains are sick out there, and cars are few and far in between. Only if you're super rich or super wealthy. Like it's very fascinating to see like how it's almost a snapshot from like the Korean Peninsula in 1950.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that? Just government control? Don't give them cars, make them use our trains?
No, it was don't give them anything. We're accumulating all the wealth, brainwashing our entire population, stealing all their monies, and killing any dissenters. Yeah, North Korea not.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's it sucks to say how true a statement that is. They have been successfully.
Beer?
Not quite yet, but yeah, breaking one off.
Still enjoying that.
Okay, apparently I'm just sucking them down.
The Kim dynasty has been able to, for 3 generations now, completely keep a country in the dark and completely brainwash. There was videos of when Kim Jong-il died.
Yeah, dude.
People were going
Crying.
into mass hysteria, bawling their eyes out. And I still don't know how much of that is fear-based, but you have to imagine 3 generations in, some of them are completely brainwashed, and it does devastate them.
Probably. It's like a Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
Where you
100%.
just love
And a
your
lot of them
character.
probably don't even have an idea of what the outside world's even like because they don't have access to
None.
Yeah, like they just think that this is the ultimate way of life.
They have a lot of propaganda as far as anti-U.S. stuff in North Korea. That's still like anti-U.S. comics and anti-U.S. U.S. paintings and all that
Iron
good
Man?
stuve. Yeah, I know,
What?
right? Their Iron Man's like just
Kim
Kim
Jong-un.
Jong-un stuffed into some metal, and he's like,
It's just tight. It's riding
Yeah.
up.
Everybody just strives to be fat like him. They're
But-
just like, that's the pinnacle.
they're like, but we don't have food.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyways, yeah, he could be dead. If I had to take a guess, he's probably not dead. But
Well, the theory is that he's just quarantining due to the corona. He's afraid of corona. So
dude, they were shooting everyone who was
Yeah, dude,
potentially
they were-
infected.
That was no bueno.
Yeah, that was like their official statement on it. They're like, if anyone
Jeez.
gets it, say good night.
There was something, there's a podcast or maybe like a YouTube video that I was watching recently, and there was like a very notable like U.S. individual in Hollywood who recently traveled to the capital of North Korea.
James Franco?
No, but that's funny.
Nice.
But he's like, I don't know, he does like a lot of like documentaries and stuff. Can't remember the guy's name to save my life, but he was saying like when he was there, people started to like recognize him that he was there with.
Yeah.
And they were like, and he kept telling him like, stop saying my name, all this stuff. Well, it might have been like,
I know exactly the
Yeah.
thing you're talking about.
and like, dude, they had to like
Fly him out of
rush
there
him out of
ASAP,
there
yeah.
because people kept like notarizing him basically.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can see his face.
And I was like, imagine how
gray hair.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
how scary that would be.
Is it Michael Palin?
No.
No.
I tried.
It was part of the Vice documentary.
Oh, okay.
He was like, yeah, I
Yeah, I
was
just
there.
found
He's
that.
like, I was checking stuff out. I wanted to see a lot of this stuff for myself, but like, if they would have known that I was a big like individual in Hollywood,
Yeah.
he's like, they would have imprisoned me immediately.
Yep.
And he said it was a big deal. Like he didn't think he was gonna make it out of the country.
He flew from there to like Bangladesh,
Yeah.
just like anywhere they would allow him to go. He was
Right.
just like, I gotta go now.
Yeah. He'd be like, yeah, that's gotta be
Dude, I
intense.
saw that too.
That's crazy over there, dude. Don't they still have like some guy in prison over there from the U.S.? They thought he was a spy.
Or
Or did that
several. The one big thing was the college student,
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
but he died.
that's
They
right.
Killed him in a work camp.
I think the one that I was thinking of was like there was a guy from like Novi, Michigan, who was like in Russia, and they thought he was a spy.
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know.
Shouts out Novi. Tore my ACL on that field.
Oh, could have gone D1.
Definitely could not have.
It's on record.
I'm dead. Leave this man alone. We've done enough damage. All right, I could not find it, the Vice guy, considering you're not sure if it even was the Vice guy.
I'm
but
100% sure it was the
Is
Vice. I've
it
seen
like
the exact
Shane
interview
Smith?
he's talking about.
Yeah. Like I
can't-
said, couldn't tell you where it was. I just remember hearing about it, and I just remember thinking about like the anxiety that one would have to experience. Like one, just even being in that country as an American citizen. Two,
Wait, which one? North Korea or
North
Russia?
Korea.
North Korea.
yeah,
Russia's fine now.
yeah. I feel like you can
It's not
travel.
great, but
I feel like you can travel to Russia without many issues.
Okay.
You might catch some shit here and there, but I don't know. North Korea though, no.
Yeah, probably not. Let's move on to the next article. So there's a problem brewing in the beer industry.
Well, Cal, that's what we're here to solve.
One can at a time.
One podcast episode at a time, one beer can at a time. We're here to solve all beer problems.
Well, here's
So
the
what is
problem.
this issue?
The issue is that with coronavirus shutting down much of the world, 1 million kegs are going stale. Restaurants,
Send them.
bars.
Yep.
We'll plug my address.
My
Send
address
them.
is 628 Packard Street in Ann Arbor. You can
That was a
throw them
mistake.
all.
That was a mistake, dude.
We'll blur it out. I'll be moving out pretty soon. We're good.
Kyle's like, no. Nonetheless, that's insane.
That's brutal.
Tim was like, do I risk it for the beer?
Dude,
What if the beer shows up?
Dude, yeah. I mean, this has been popping up more and more frequently. I keep seeing this stuff on Twitter and whatnot. Like, apparently there's just all these beer manufacturers that are starting to, like, dedicate their supply chains elsewhere, so they're not producing beer.
Yeah.
And apparently this is a big freaking issue, because what you said, wait, where are these? They've already had the kegs rolled out.
Well, yeah, you could imagine, like, restaurants, stadiums, bars, all these places have already
Yeah,
been
dude.
full. They had to be stocked back when things are open, and
How
all of a
long
sudden
does
it's
this-
just shut down.
I
What do
wonder
you do
how
with
long
all
they're
that?
good for. I gotta imagine as long as they're pressurized and cold, they're probably good for quite some time.
I mean, maybe. You have to refrigerate it. I guess it could be a minute.
Yeah. Because, I mean, think about it. You ship beer all over the world. As long as you keep it
Alright.
pressurized and cool. I mean, some of those.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so it's saying for non-pasteurized draft beer, it's about 45 to 60 days it'll last, and if for pasteurized draft beer, it's about 90 to 120. So,
I guess. Yeah, this summer would be a big problem.
well, you have to, like, it's been a minute. You
I
have to
s-
restock everything, dude, and you didn't make any money off of that product.
Oh, God, that's gotta suck.
Maybe they can. Is it safe to sell it? Maybe not. Let's
Well,
say
I mean,
sell on
it's.
sale.
I mean, I guess they could start selling them off, but I mean, you'd have to sell them off to like liquor stores and stuff, like especially kegs. I'm sure like kegs could be sold off not terribly hard.
Dude, they should have sold them to liquor stores, which stayed open. They
Yeah.
should have been like, look, we need to make some money off this. Let's
Dude,
sell it to the liquor stores.
Imagine if we just went and snagged a keg from a liquor store because it's quarantine. We're just like, well, now we just have a keg for the next week and a half.
We were talking about how if you're one of these restaurants or bars that had all this product lined up and then you got shut down, how could you try to salvage that situation? We were saying maybe sell it to like a liquor store or something like that.
No, yeah, if you have
Yeah.
excess kegs, sell them off to places that can actually sell them.
Eh.
Because I
I
mean,
think-
they'd only last what you said, 120 days max.
Yeah, I think first off, we should definitely get our own keg. So down.
Dude, imagine if there's a keg right
Dude,
here and we
Comes
could just
back,
go.
here's one thing.
That'd be sweet.
That's genius. For the mic stand,
Yeah,
just have a keg here.
Oh,
it could be awesome.
Oh my
Do you have
gosh.
to return those
But
things?
I'm sure we can buy it.
well, it's a deposit. You just don't get the deposit back.
Just put some
It's
water
like
in it.
$30.
Stay hydrated. 30
Well,
bucks
the
for
one
like
across
soda?
from your apartment's 70.
Oof.
Yeah, most places it's like $30. That's what it was at the bar. But anyways,
Not a bad idea.
I think what they could have done is what microbreweries have done, just sold off in growlers. That would have been a smart move for a lot of bars. Be like, we've got all these things and we'll just sell growlers of them, the curbside thing. I feel like that would have been a good option.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, selling them at. You're probably still going to sell them at a loss to a liquor store. Also, I don't know the laws behind secondhand selling of.
Kegs.
Yeah.
That is also a good point. Yeah,
Dealing kegs, bro.
seriously. No, it's a good point. Because, I mean, it's all regulated, so. Especially with alcohol. When it comes to alcohol and any type of, like, food products.
Yeah, but if it's not tapped, I still don't know how. Yeah, I don't know, but something like that. I think the best solution would have been to sell them by.
Nonetheless, it's not a bad idea. You got to make good where you can. And might as well put the kegs in the hands of the people. Just roll them down the streets.
We should just go up somewhere and be like, look, I know
I'll
your
give you-
keg stocks, it's piling up a little bit, and I know you want to get a couple off your hand. 3 for 1.
They're like,
How's
2.
that sound?
We're like 2.5. They're like, how are we going to do that? We're like, don't worry, we'll start here.
Just return a half.
We'll just sit in this parking lot until half this one's gone, and then we'll be on our way.
He's like, deal.
That's hilarious.
That'd be awesome, actually.
The elite.
We'd have to have somebody to drive us home.
Half a keg is a lot of beer, dude.
We'd never finish that.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Dude,
one.
I would not finish that.
How many times did we buy a keg this year for football season.
I mean, we bought it. I think we bought three of them.
I think it was maybe 4 times.
Could have been, but there's also a
3 or
lot of people
4.
there. A lot of people.
Yeah, but we always were done with it.
We always finished it, but there was at least like 20 to 30 people there every time.
That's a lot. Because imagine if everyone has one beer, it's 30 beers. If there's 3 of us.
It's
we have to have
100. It's
10.
150, 175 beers per keg. You can look that up real quick.
Yeah, give me just 1 second. Looks like maybe 165 12-ounce beers from a keg.
Oh.
Good thing I only drink 22 ounces.
So 165. You think?
Between 30 people?
No, between the 3 of us, could we drink?
Dude.
We could drink 28.
So split that in
apiece.
half. We only have to drink half of it.
28 would get us to like 80.
That's what we need for half.
Oh, half a keg. All right.
28 beers?
We've killed
each?
I've killed a 30 rack in a day before.
Just you.
Hey, good for you, man.
Just
I definitely
you?
have not.
That was
killed
like
a-
yeah.
Just you?
Western tailgate. Me and Stash saw. if we
So
could
you
do
and
it.
Stash.
No. We each got our own 30 rack. I killed mine
Gosh.
to the best of my abilities
Oh,
that
man.
I recall. But yeah, I remember the next
Tim's
one.
like,
being
you get a beer. You get a beer.
I finished a 30 rack.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Got Oprah.
I was going to
beer
say,
Oprah
bro,
over here.
30 beers in one day.
It's
Nah.
possible.
I mean,
It's
sure.
100%
it's
possible.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not. I'm just saying not possible for you, dude.
I bet at my peak of drinking abilities, I could do a 30 rack in a day.
Are you not at your peak?
No.
That's a shame.
Definitely. Dude, you remember. Jesus Christ, I'm not even close to my peak of drinking.
Tisk.
You know that's a fact, too.
Cheers.
He's like, respect the era. That was my time. We moved
Nonetheless,
away slowly. We become a better person.
28 beers apiece. I'd probably cap my day at about... I'd probably max at 15.
No, I've seen you after 2.
Yeah, I'd be blackout by 2, but I'd max...
He could easily kill 15 beers.
I could kill
Dude,
15 beers.
that is, if you drink 2 beers an hour over the course of an afternoon, you're already at 15. Bump that to 3, you're at 21.
Now, if you guys give me a nice little shove and I fall over, I probably won't get up, but...
Dude,
Or if I trip, I'm probably not getting
I'm
up.
telling you, it's possible.
I believe you. I've been there. I understand. I just looking at hubby. The confidence. Like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Hey,
He could easily kill 15 beers, no doubt in my mind.
I'm up... Bro, I'm basically a seasoned vet.
All right, well, I just killed 1 beer, so if you don't mind. can I
I'm
please
the
have
Walter
another?
Payton
Oh, he wants
of
that beer.
subpar beer drinkers.
You should
Kyle, you need a beer?
Hook a brother up.
throw it.
Por favor.
Whoa!
All right, see, 1 beer later, he's spilling shit.
Dude, these things are heavy.
12-ounce curls, baby.
Oh, my. Keep it up. Yikes.
Cool.
Full send.
Now it's going to go...
No, it's these things aren't carbonated. Damn it!
Boys,
Press.
boys, you know where we are right now? We are at... What pops your top? Oh.
Oh, Nick, you want us to go first, or just leave it, dude?
Nope, I have to take this off. Tim, what pops your top?
Whatever's going on right now.
You're telling me. Ah! Save the turtles. Shouldn't use these things anyways.
What does pop my top? Let's see here. What do we have going on the last week? We had Corona. Oh, the NFL draft was this past weekend, and Michigan, per usual, as everyone knows, I'm a Michigan homer. Michigan has seemingly put out a decent amount of draftable talent over the past 5 years. A couple years back,
2016.
we broke the draft record with, I want to say, 17 players or something like that.
I thought it was
Maybe it was
12.
22. No, it was 17.
What year was this?
Just look up Michigan draft classes. I want to say it was 17.
2016, 2017
Yeah.
draft.
Let's see here.
What year you won?
Michigan 2017 draft.
Yeah.
How many people did we draft in 2017? Because that
Or you
was
could just type in most draft selections by one school, because we broke the record for it.
11? 2017?
I thought it was
No.
12.
No, I promise you. That's the year before it, or the year after. I don't know. We had
Dude, I'm
17
on
at least.
Wikipedia. It says 2017. It's the year
It may
that-
have not been
So
2017.
name a player that got drafted in 2017.
I don't know which
Mr.
year it was.
Encyclopedia.
Just type in the most amount of draft picks from one school in a year.
I see what you're doing. I thought you meant like tell me what happened in 2017.
Yeah, no, I don't remember exactly which year it was. It may have been 2018 draft, actually. I think it was 2 drafts ago.
I'm interested.
It looks like, yeah, Alabama, Michigan set school records with 11. That's Bleacher Report.
What's up, dude?
And that
How
was
long ago was that?
2017, dude.
What's up, dude?
Hobby.
Yeah, I definitely know that.
Well,
Tim was like, pretty sure it's like 22.
I thought it was 17
Mm-mm.
because LSU had like 15 this year.
Yeah. We killed it. And then we had 10 this year.
Did you look up?
I'm making sure. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
I don't
He's
because
mad.
what you just said
He's
did
so
not
mad.
sound right, dude. I'm like 99% sure it was 17 players.
Rolling on the river.
Hobby, my God. If only the people knew how often you're singing into your mic.
I'm looking this up.
Tim's like, I'm using my phone.
I don't even care at this
Tim's
point.
like, I'm channeling this narrative.
All right. Well, you're saying that LSU just tied it. Is that fair?
Or beat it. He said 15. 15 would definitely top it.
Yeah, my number can't be right. There's no way. Oh, this shouldn't be so difficult.
Well, boys,
Well,
nonetheless.
14 was the record. So yeah, it was 11 then, I'm assuming.
Let's go!
Or maybe it was 20. Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. It was 22 players from that 2016 team started in the NFL game within the last 5 years.
Nice, dude.
But anyways, good call, Nick. And so back to what pops my top. One, being wrong on stats. But two, Michigan continually pumps out NFL talent, and we were tied with the second most draftees this year with 10 with Ohio State. It just seems like we continually pump out NFL talent and continually underperform in big games.
See,
It just sucks.
there's two sides of this coin. One, I hope recruits see that because they should see the amount of talent that we're pumping into the NFL, and they should be like, well, I want to go to a school that's consistently putting guys in the league.
Yeah.
But the other side of that coin is we are not winning the big games.
Yeah, exactly.
How does our entire offensive line get drafted? And yet, it seemed like everybody was in our backfield.
Yeah. Or we didn't run the ball much.
Or
you know.
even that too, yeah.
Yeah, it's very confusing because it seems like this has been a theme during the Harbaugh era. Like, we were getting a couple decent draft picks when Brady Hoke was in charge because he was a decent recruiter. But now we're getting guys that are picked, and I'm not saying we're all first-round draft picks 'cause I don't think we've had a first-round skill player get drafted since, like, Chad Henne or something like that. But, like, we're still getting a
When was
bunch of draft
Jabril
picks.
picked?
Jabril was...
2017. That's why.
Yeah, he was...
Below round.
Was he 22nd overall?
Voice.
22nd overall to the
First round?
Browns, yeah.
I thought he was really good. I remember him.
He slid in the draft.
Really?
He did drop.
What
but
happened?
still, I mean, he still went first round.
I think his knocks were like they didn't think he had a defined position in the NFL, but he's been a really good safety so far.
25th
He's
round.
with the Giants right now.
Yeah, just traded. He was the centerpiece of the Odell Beckham trade. From other than Odell, obviously. But yeah, I think he was 22nd overall first round.
What was Henne?
I think Henne was first round.
He was
Pick-
25th overall.
25th.
First round. Very close. Yeah. Comeback. Comeback season, baby.
No kidding.
But yeah, so we're pumping out NFL talent. It seems like we're misusing it, and not to mention
What about DPJ, dude?
DPJ dropping to the 6th round is confusing to me.
It is.
And this was kind of going around on Michigan inside circles, whether there was something said about him by our coaching staff that made him get drafted later or made him drop. He was a projected second, third round pick.
Dude, he's a beast.
Dude is a physical freak of nature. Like, physical freak. He had like a 44-inch vertical.
Oh, yeah, he
And
killed the
he's
combine.
Absolutely jacked. He ran like a 4.47 or 4.57 40. Like, he is going to be at least a third receiver in the NFL. And I think he actually got put in a pretty good spot. He can learn a lot from OBJ and Jarvis Landry and be their kind of red zone jump ball threat. I honestly think he got put into a good system for him. And I think he fits with that culture pretty well. But, yeah, it was just interesting to see him drop as far as he did. And we had receivers who were taken before him that don't belong in the same sentence as DPJ.
Oh, not even close.
So why does that stuff happen?
Politics.
There's politics maybe, but also I think when the draft comes around, there are people who just kind of get in their own head. You know, everyone wants to be that expert GM who finds this gem or overlooks this bust, you know? And I think they're like, no, this guy's got good tape on him. We'll take him. You know, I think there's too much nitpicking surrounding it, you know?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I don't
It
know
also
why
probably
he
doesn't
felt
help the
that.
fact that DPJ was heavily underutilized at Michigan.
Yeah, but I mean, he still put up numbers in
He did.
in nationally
He
televised games.
Recorded over 1,000 receiving yards in his tenure at Michigan.
Yeah,
Which is really
and we
good.
didn't throw the ball.
Exactly.
Well.
So that should speak for itself, but at the same time, too, I just can't help but think what DPJ would have done at, like, an air raid type offense.
Would have been disgusting.
Dude, I don't even... Oh, it makes me mad. But at the same time, too,
You
I
believe
mean, I was
that?
happy to have. Like, he...
Do I believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would figure that if you are playing against air raid teams, you'd have to
This-
design your defense.
This has been the knock on Harbaugh so far. I would say he did this last year. He brought in Josh Gaddis to change his offense, but in
Speed
the
and
first couple of
space.
years, it has been Harbaugh's program or Harbaugh's plan, and then however the player fits, we're going to do that. What we see in a lot of big time programs, Alabama, Clemson, LSU this year, they take what they have and fit a scheme best suited to their skill set.
So they're more adaptive.
Yeah.
Really?
And to me, that has been frustrating because even the 2016 year, Wilton Spate we've had great receivers, especially for the college level,
Yeah, we have.
since Harbaugh got in. And it seemed like at the very beginning, the first couple of years, we were way too run-centric. And now we're trying to do, we never just throw the ball deep, dude. At least it seems like it. Not saying Shea was a great downfield passer, because he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
But
God, it was
at
brutal.
some point, we need to play. Dude, we could have had at least 3 jump. We had Nico and DPJ on the outside. Great jump ball receivers.
Shouts
that
out for
towered
Nico coming back.
over whoever was guarding them on the outside. And it seemed like we never just threw it up and let them go get it. When that's what works in the college game. You have an athletic advantage over a team. You exploit that.
Definitely.
Well, it's like Ohio State does it to us every year. They're like, all right, we've got super fast receivers. We're going to run crossing routes against man-to-man.
That's the thing is, we claim speed and space, but, we had a ton of speed.
The thing is,
We didn't create a lot of space, though.
After the second half of the Penn State game and on, the speed and space actually did work fairly well.
A little
Shea
late.
had a couple Yeah, exactly. It was a little late. But we'll see for this year. But, yeah, that's what pops my top. It seems like we're continually putting out decent NFL talent. We have, I think, the 5th most draft picks since Harbaugh.
Yeah, but didn't you say that
Came to
we're
Michigan.
not putting out as many skilled players?
Yeah, in the first round.
You didn't say
Yeah.
exactly that, but I
I
feel
said
We're
that's
really
what
good
I
at,
was going.
drafting, linemen, defensive linemen, offensive linemen.
Which is great, but what happens when
receivers
there's no
here
one
and
there to
there.
score for you? So they're keeping the line.
We've been
high.
top 3 in the
Linebackers.
Big Ten in scoring the last 4 years.
in the Big
Yeah.
Ten, though.
Yeah,
Arguably the hardest conference.
SEC definitely wins that right now.
I agree. Plus,
Ooh.
top 3 isn't top.
I
1.
wasn't expecting Tim to take that take.
I have to stand. I mean, at this point,
Because he will say that literally during college football season. Big Ten's better.
I think the Big
All
Ten
day.
is top to bottom more difficult, but the top 5 teams in the SEC have continually shit on the top 5 teams in the Big Ten. I
Yeah.
think, but the thing is, they're more balanced. I think the Big Ten East, the conference we're in, could be argued to be the toughest division in college football.
Yeah.
It definitely the second because of the SEC West. No, it's SEC. Yeah, SEC West.
West, for
LSU,
sure.
Alabama, Auburn.
Yeah.
But we got Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State. Yeah.
Yeah, Michigan's also one of 4 teams to consecutively draft a player since the draft has been a thing.
Yeah, every single year. Michigan State. Michigan
And,
State was one
yeah.
of those 4.
At
It was-
USC.
Was USC one of
Yep,
them?
USC is one of them. I can't remember the other one.
Probably like Wisconsin.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Just something
surprised.
random. A good offensive lineman school.
Yeah, dude.
Nebraska got that streak broken. Nebraska was in that class up until 2019 too.
Oof,
Yeah.
tough scene.
Scott Frost.
All right, I have a question. So I'm sure you saw that tweet Kirsten put out with the Clemson guy in a Pats jersey.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
I didn't.
The quarterback?
Wait, what the tweet said is it said, you know, the Pats didn't draft a quarterback. Maybe
Oh,
they
yeah,
have other plans.
I-
There's a picture of him in a Pats jersey. What do you think?
10,000% hope that we are tanking for Trevor next year.
Hmm.
I would be 100% okay with losing all of our games.
I'd laugh so hard if Sunshine was an NFL bust.
He's
Oh.
too good. He's too good.
He's good. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence will not be his skill set. I think he will be the best NFL prospect ever, and I'm just saying prospect because right now the other two are Andrew Luck and John Elway. Those were the two can't miss prospects ever. They had an untouchable resume throughout their entire college career, high school, 5-star. Trevor Lawrence could come out of college only losing one game, that being a national title game.
Be pretty impressive nonetheless.
I think he won one too, didn't he?
Yeah, as a true freshman.
Yeah.
He
Beat
was
Alabama
one game.
44
Holy
to
crap.
16.
Kid can throw the ball. He's got
He's
great
got a
quarterback
cannon.
mind.
He's a 6'6" tall
Yeah.
dude who can run.
Yeah, he can move.
Busted out a 70-yarder against an Ohio State defense, and he's come up big in clutch moments. I think he will be the best or the most sought-after QB prospect in a long time.
Tom Lawrence?
T-Law, baby.
I would be so down. He would, yeah. He's good.
Well, we know who Tim's rooting for the next draft.
Yeah.
Tampa
Definitely.
Bay?
I'd be so pissed if we got the number 1 pick and we're like, Justin Fields. No.
Right. Nonetheless. All right, so that's yours. I'm going to talk about one here. Pops My Top. Once again, what Pops My Top does not seem to be near as dear to me as whatever yours has been, but
I'm always pissed off about something.
nonetheless, the other day we were out throwing a ball around. I tell you what, throwing or doing any type of athletic movement at this point in time in my life, it's terrible.
Dude, we were
I'm
playing,
just like immediately sore.
we were playing catch with that baseball for like 10 minutes.
Elbow was on fire.
I came inside, my elbow was like, this is bad.
Elbow, my shoulder popped like 3 times throwing. I was like, what is going on? I don't know. You go from being a subpar athlete to a extra subpar athlete very fast. I'm just like, no, this is not okay. I have no cardiovascular endurance. That's my fault. I can be better at that. But I can't do things anymore. Played football the other day.
Yeah, it just seems like the
Can't catch.
movements that we were so
Can't
accustomed
cut.
to making with our bodies growing up playing sports. You take a little time off, granted it's been a couple of years, but still you'd think you'd be able to pick it back up pretty quickly.
Well, you
But
do.
no.
Think about you versus somebody who's never thrown a ball. You
Well,
throw
yeah.
significantly better than they do.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's not like you can't.
It's not like you start from
Like
scratch,
catch,
but
but-
you'd hope the muscle memory would kick in a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Or
See how
I
many
guess
times
just,
I
like,
fell
the
trying to
lack
run
of
rounds?
soreness.
Hmm?
Like, I guess, come to think of it, I just think we took for granted how I was pretty sore after like high school football practice or baseball practice, or I used to ice my elbow all the time. Yeah, maybe I'm just bitching.
I'm definitely just bitching. Because it's like you used to be able to go out and do this stuff no problem. And you come in at the end of the day and you're like, God, that was a good day. I went and threw the ball around or whatever, like went and ran, like did this, and this. And you're like, feel good. Like, feel good about myself. And you walk in the house now and you're like, why am I such a piece of shit? Why does everything hurt? Like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and just be like, no.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's just like, I don't know. This whole getting old thing is apparently real. And I'm not even old. I sound like a fucking over 30, but sweet Jesus, we got some time until then. And I'm already just sitting here like,
He meant he's complaining like he sounds as if he's
Yeah,
over 30.
it's like he
I
sounds
thought
like
the
he's
same
over
thing.
30. I look like I'm over 30. What's the deal? It definitely sucks to get older and just realize you're a washed, previously not that good high school athlete.
pain in my ass.
It is what it is.
All right, old timers, it's past your bedtime. So
Hey.
it's last call here in the Slightly Buzzed studio.
Nice. What prick.
Well, you guys
That's
got
all
got any final thoughts on this here Nutter Your Business Peanut Butter Stout?
You know what, dude? It's none of your business what I think about this beer. How you like them apples?
Oh my gosh.
You know what, dude? I'll give you this. At the end of the day, she's mad decent. I could drink this. I could drink this every once in a while. It's a good beer.
Yeah.
It's like you said, dude, it's a good way to cap your day off if you had a toughie.
Yeah, if you've had a rough day and you want a beer, but you don't want to get hammered, but you're looking for that, nice dessert beer flavor that's usually a little higher in alcohol, I feel like this kind of fits that context.
It's
really well.
5%.
Sitting pretty. It's like,
Oh my god.
Nice.
5% might be too much for this
I was
kid.
gonna say, yeah, you're the one telling me it's 5%.
Cheers.
Kyle?
Personal preference, I'm gonna give this one a meh. Like, I don't know. I'm just not big on the sweet beers as much. I don't think I'm enjoying them as much as other people might. If I want something sweet, I'm gonna go for something different. It does hold true to its name. You definitely taste peanut butter. I wish it was a little bit thicker. That's my personal preference. Some people might prefer it thin. It might not be cool to have something that's thick. So it's something I would encourage people to go ahead and try, but I just know it's not for me.
Okay. Me personally, I'm kind of going to ride with Kyle. I'm going to give this a mad decent. I like it. I think it tastes just fine. There's nothing extraordinary about it, though. When I get a stout, I kind of expect a stout, you know? And this doesn't
It just
taste
doesn't.
like a stout at all to me. But it's still a decent beer. It's a very niche beer. Like I said, it's pretty much if you
Niche.
want something that's sweet but not going to get you drunk, this is a good call. It's sitting pretty well on my stomach though.
I agree.
It's been fine.
I was gonna say, I think that's the one good thing that this one kind of brings home is it's nice and smooth. It's light. It's a little bit watery for a stout, like you said. You know, it's not like true stout form, but
Yeah, I don't know. As far as beers go, I like if it's a stout, it's going to be a stout. If it's a lager, it's a lager. If it's an IPA, it's an IPA. Kind of lean into what you're going to be. This seems to be a little all over the place. It's not. It's dipping its toes in a couple different ponds.
it's all over the plate.
Can you put a beer like this on like the nitro stuff?
You can put any beer on.
I would
nitro.
love
Yeah,
to
you can
try
put any
this
beer
on
on
nitro.
nitro.
I would
Ooh,
like to see
yeah,
how
get
that
a
would
nice
change
velvety
those. Yeah.
texture, but that's not going to make it any thicker.
I don't know. It does taste even like having like a Guinness on nitro. It just sits in my mouth differently. I would like to try this on nitro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, but yeah, overall, mad decent. Someone.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Nate, this was a great beer for a good review.
No, seriously. This was a good one to. It was a good recommendation. I was excited to try it.
Yeah.
I think it served its purpose well, and I think not a lot of people may have tried this because honestly, it's the first time I've ever had it.
Yeah.
So, not saying that we're the end all be all for who's had what, but nonetheless, I mean, I've definitely had my fair share of beers. So if I haven't had it, I feel like there's a good chance
Certainly.
that maybe a lot of other people haven't. So if you see it and you're looking for one of those beers that you just kind of chill and sip on a little bit here and there, what was that?
Siri wants to be in the podcast. Holy
Nice.
smokes.
You're just looking for one of those beers you want to sip on and have a good time with. Not a bad one to pick up and maybe share with some friends. I don't know if I could drink a whole six-pack to myself, but I could certainly have 2 or 3.
Yeah, and make sure you guys are still commenting down there and letting us know what you guys want us to review next. Give us something that maybe you find a little controversial, maybe something that you don't like, and see if we liked it. You know,
Yeah.
we're down to check. Maybe give us your worst beer.
Oh.
Yeah, give us the one. That's actually dope. That's actually dope. Give us the one beer you thought was absolute garbage. I'd love to do it.
Yeah,
I'd love
can
to bring it on.
see if we can make a good show out of it.
Especially if it's a Michigan-based beer. If you can grab a Michigan-based beer, some Midwest-based beer that you're just like, this beer sucks.
There's not going to be too many garbage Michigan beers.
Probably not. But nonetheless, it'd be kind of fun to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we should do we should do like a tournament for worst beers.
Not your top 10 list.
Man.
Not your top 10.
Not your
Oh,
top
yeah,
10.
Let's do that.
That'd be kind of fun, dude. Compile all that and try them out.
That gives you guys something to look forward to in the next episode of Slightly Buzz. But I think for episode 7, that's a wrap, boys.
Yep. I think so, too. A little foreshadowing here. Cinco de Mayo's coming up, so we're going to do a little Cinco de Mayo episode for the people.
Get your shot glasses ready, folks.
Get your shot glasses ready, folks. A little twist on this one. Nice.
Oh, yeah. All right, Cal, you got anything else?
I don't have much to say. I would just say thank you guys. Continue to like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and helps us continue to expand what we can do. And we hope that we bring you guys stuff that's worthy of that.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Handles are in the bio. Check it out.
All right, everyone have a good night and stay slightly buzzed.
Aye.